Imagine a grizzly bear in the deep, untouched Alaskan interior. It exists in a world of raw sensory data. The scent of salmon, the sound of breaking brush, the shift in wind. No roads, no hikers, no contact with the industrial world. Suddenly, a human appears on a distant ridge. In the wild, human is a biological anomaly that doesn't compute in the predator's pre-programmed database. The bear's hard-coded survival instinct, honed over millions of years, triggers an immediate binary choice: immediate aggression or total retreat. For the vast majority of evolutionary history, this was the static, unbreakable rule of the predator-prey relationship. Humans were the great unknown, a variable to be avoided at all costs. But lately, something counterintuitive and frankly startling is happening across the globe. In ecosystems where human infrastructure and apex predators collide, that instinctual blueprint of fear is being systematically rewritten. We are witnessing a monumental shift where the world's most lethal hunters aren't just tolerating our presence. They are actively re-engineering their fundamental survival tactics to exploit us. They have realized that the most dangerous animal on Earth, the human, can also be their most valuable biological tool. This isn't just adaptation. It is a strategic hijacking of human civilization. In the brutal ledger of the evolutionary playbook, a predator's success is defined by a single metric: the caloric ROI, return on investment. Every chase, every hour spent tracking, and every gram of energy expended must be outweighed by the caloric value of the kill. Human activity, while often destructive to habitat, creates massive, unintended shortcuts in this metabolic calculation. We build roads that clear miles of dense forest, we operate massive vessels that churn up the sea, and we leave behind caloric gold mine in the form of livestock and waste. Researchers have a specific term for this: tactical commensalism. This is the point where a predator's cognitive system scans the incoming human data and finds a match not for danger, but for utility. The animal isn't losing its wildness or becoming a pet. It is receiving a massive cognitive upgrade. They are calculating that the energy saved by following a commercial fishing trawler or using a cleared hiking trail is significantly greater than the risk of the human itself. To an outside observer, this might look like the animal is getting used to us. In reality, it is a cold, calculated biological heist. The predator is letting the human do the heavy lifting of clearing the path or finding the prey, while they simply step in to collect the reward. Perhaps the most startling example of this high-level adaptation is what biologists call the human shield phenomenon. In 2022, a groundbreaking study on urban leopards in Mumbai revealed a shocking anomaly. These predators weren't just surviving on the fringes of one of the world's most crowded cities. They were using the human population as a tactical buffer. By staying in close proximity to human settlement, the leopards kept larger, more aggressive rivals like tigers or competing packs at bay. These rivals were still trapped in the old blueprint of fear, too terrified of the human variable to approach. The leopards had essentially turned the human city into a safe zone where they could hunt without competition. We see this same level of calculating intelligence in the deep ocean. Certain orca pods in the North Sea and the Pacific have been documented timing their movements to the specific schedules of commercial fishing vessels. They don't just follow the boat. They use the acoustic masking of the massive diesel engines to their advantage. Normally, an orca's own sonar or the sound of its movement would alert prey from miles away. But by swimming in the wake of a ship, their sound signature is completely hidden by the mechanical roar. These animals possess highly developed temporal lobes and complex social structures. They aren't just reacting to us. They are memorizing our industrial schedules and turning our own technology into their specialized hunting gear. They have turned our global trade routes into their private hunting lane. The truth is, we don't yet know where this evolutionary rewrite. Our presence is forcing a radical, real-time update to survival programming that has existed since the Pleistocene. We are currently living through a period where the boundaries between wild and industrial are blurring into a new kind of ecosystem. What happens when an apex predator stops seeing a human as a threat and starts seeing us as a specialized piece of hunting equipment? It breaks every standard rule of evolutionary biology we've ever written. The leopard in the heart of the city and the orca tracking the ship are executing internal calculations that our current technology is only just beginning to measure. Something profound is taking place in the shared space between our world and theirs. We haven't just changed their environment. We have become a permanent, functional part of their predatory strategy. In the high-stakes game of survival, being apex isn't just about raw strength or the sharpness of one's teeth. It's about the cognitive flexibility to use whatever tools are available in the environment. And right now, the most effective tool in the forest and the ocean is us. We are no longer just the observers. We are the facilitators of a new breed of super predator.